Why do I lift? I lift because this separates me from this society. This makes me different than everybody. This makes me feel as inhuman as physically possible. When I look around, I see people who don't do this shit. I look at them as humans. I call them humans. People say that, well, you're human too. No, I'm not. I'm something different. Something like a machine. What's up, guys? We're here at Maximum Health and Wellness. Is that the right order of it?
That's it, Maximum Health and Wellness.
We're here with Dr. Dennis Vella. He is the chiropractor here. He's my chiropractor. This is a pretty new chiropractor office. They have many of them scattered throughout New Jersey, but at this location here, Retro Fitness, North Brunswick, this is the first time. It's been here for how long?
Since January, in this location.
Okay, so it's been here almost 6 months. I kind of just, I didn't have a chiropractor at the time. I wasn't getting deep tissue massages or any kind of therapy like that. And I was training here and saw that they opened it up, saw that there was a free consultation. Of course, I hopped in, and the rest is history. I come in here every Wednesday. So right now, it's once a week. When I get ready for my contest come July time, it's going to probably go to 2, maybe 3 times a week, just to stay healthy, stay limber, everything operating the way it goes, especially coming into a contest prep where everything's a little bit more depleted, banged up a little bit more. So that's how you go with that. I feel better, as I get the adjustments and everything like that. Everything kind of gets released from the spine. It's everything's tight. Coming in with heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, it's going to throw everything out of alignment. So I'm going to let Dr. Vella here explain a little bit about he likes to do, what the process is and what we go through when we come here.
Yeah, so basically it's pretty cut and dry and simple. What we do with Gary is biomechanic work. We make sure that structurally he's sound. And a lot of guys that are trying to gain that edge, whether it's professional weightlifting, bodybuilding, professional athletes, balance is important. And structure is important because structure determines function. If the structure is balanced and he's structurally sound, he can function optimally at 100%, with or without injury. And there's some things that we compensate for because of some of the injuries that Gary has. But for the most part, we work on his structure. We work on his posture. We work on his decompressing his discs, giving him a little more juice in that disc space goes a long way. And we make sure that he's balanced from the hips down to the knees, down to the ankles. So when he's doing a squat, when he's doing a deadlift, a press, he's putting even distribution of pressure on both sides. Key component.
Yeah, a lot of times, people don't realize, they think that when they get injured, that it's a too heavy a weight in a bad form, which is the case. Normally it is, but it could be things leading up to that. It could be one hip, it could be an inch lower or a centimeter lower than the other one, and ever so slightly the pressure could be on one hip, causing an imbalance in the opposite knee, and then that's when your knee blows out, and when you put a substantial amount of weight on it. With that being said, those things all need to be factored in. You might not even realize that you're doing it, and it might be out of imbalance. Unless I'm really screwed up, I can't tell until he comes, lays me down, and he goes down with the down the vertebrae and say, okay, this one's out of whack here. I need to push this way. That's why on that side of the adjustments is always good for injury prevention. Of course, you feel better. On top of that, when I come in, I always use the traction bed, which is you'll see me laying on it. It's kind of like it feels like a giant roller going up your back. It's almost like it's almost like foam rolling, but it's doing the rolling for you rather than you moving back and forth. Of course, I come in every week. I get the deep tissue massage with Jen. Me and Jen have been friends for years now, so it was good to see her. I didn't even know that she worked here. Jen customizes the massage based on what I need. Sometimes, for the most part, it's shoulders, traps. Today it was quads, just it was a little stiff in the quads. So she actually got this this tool out, which was kind of like a rolling pin with spikes on it. which is a pretty unforgiving apparatus. That she was just like laying into it. And I was trying to play it tough and not scream, but I wanted to. But by the end of it, you can see the blood flow already going through, vascularity going through my quads without training it,
Sure.
which is exactly what you're doing. So, definitely, I recommend, and obviously you recommend that everybody
Sure.
goes for, their chiropractor. They get their adjustments, their deep tissues. I know that it sounds like it's just, oh man, it's one extra thing that you're going to throw on top of the cardio, the training, the eating, the meal prepping. I know it's an extra thing, on top of your already hectic life. But if you blow out your knee, you blow out, a vertebrae or something like that, you're going to wish that you
I tried to find out to
didn't.
give.
But yeah, so it's one of those things that you're definitely going to want to have prior to the injury. When you injure yourself, you can't train anything, and that's like the worst feeling in the world. So yeah, get in. Anything else
Yep.
you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, he said it. I mean, listen, prevention is better than cure. Am I right? Think about that. Prevention is better than cure. And yeah, you nailed it right on the head. If you're going to treat, make sure that your provider has years of experience treating athletes, specific athletes. Injuries. We're very familiar with things that go on in the sports medicine world.
Yeah, like I said, and that's what any kind of doctor that I always recommend. Just to add real quick, with any doctor that I go see, I always try to make sure that they work with sports athletes, bodybuilders especially, just so not only they're familiar, but you can tell them the truth on what you do. And we as bodybuilders, not everybody understands us. I've been screamed at in plenty of doctors' offices where I just have not walked out. I wasn't that brash, but I never went back until I found doctors that deal with it, and they know what I'm doing. So when I come in and I'm hurt, and they can say, if they say back off, then it's time to back off. It's a doctor who doesn't deal with bodybuilders, and they might say back off to everything. Oh, you don't want to squat. They speak in absolutes, and a bodybuilding doctor, an athletic doctor, will not speak in those absolutes. But if they're telling you one thing, it's because you should do it because they've seen it. They've seen guys screw it up worse than where you are. So, it's in your best interest to listen.
Yep.
So if you're in the North Brunswick area, head over here, Retro Fitness, Maximum Health and Wellness. Go see Dr. V. I promise that you're not going to regret it, and you're probably going to feel better than you've ever done in the gym.